So, technically, we've already started. I mean, I guess it's in the background, but if you haven't seen the latest video yet, you should go do that before you watch this, because there's going to be spoilers in like 3, 2, 1. Surprise! I have a new model. I have been working on it all fucking year. I will be honest, I'm so stressed out right now. This has been like a lot of build up to this point. Um, and so I'm like panicking slightly, but I hope you're all doing good. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you've checked out the video, because if you haven't, surprise, there's all new emotes, there's all new outfits, there's all new profile picture, there's all new everything. Um, oh God. Everyone who is involved in making it is tagged below in the panels. Also, hi Gasai. Gasai is also the artist for this lovely, lovely model. Very, very talented. I was inconvenient, I think, to work with on this because we were making a lot of changes on shit. Literally yesterday, we were getting the outfit finished, which is why I think the one in the video doesn't match the final one. Let me see if I can actually grab what all the outfits look like, because I love them a lot. I appreciate it.
Isn't that sweet?
Aw, thank you for gifting this up, Kiri. Also, I'll go through chat in a second. I promise. I will make sure that I catch up with everything. I just need to make sure that I am so all over the place. It's been a really busy day. It's been a very stressful day to get to this point. Oh God, I forgot that I made that file too big. Hold on. Let's fit this to screen and then shrink it down more. Let's see if that works. There's all the outfits. So the one on the far left there, that's the current one, which I've nicknamed the training outfit. There's lore stuff that'll be happening. It isn't, I promise. It is very low cut though, but you know what? That's fine. But yeah, so that's the training outfit. The second one I've been calling the club slut outfit because I think it's funny, because club kid is something else, and I don't feel like this fits club kid, but it does fit club slut. The third one is witch boy, and then the fourth is just the back side of it. But I really love it because I did a really good job on it. And also the rigging is by Sil. I can't remember if they're I think it's just Sil 1 is their like NSFW one. But like they did all the rigging for this. Like, look how much he moves. You can see it on his tongue. You can puff up his cheek. He's got so much movement now. Silverlap, yes, that's it. But yes, still did an amazing job with the rigging. I talked about this. I also like rigged my own model the first go around and never again. And so I was very excited to work with Sil. Kasai and Sil are some of my favorite artists, like from long, long, long before I was a VTuber. Like, I think I was following Kasai like back in high school. So like, this has been a very, very cool experience to work with them on this, to get these outfits. Right now, only this outfit is rigged. He does have some other layers. We can take off the jacket, which like, honestly, big fan, huge. You didn't, yeah, no, I think, Sil added that one in. It was very nice of her. And then also we've got a shirtless version, which is also pantsless. You can kind of see because there isn't really a shirtless version of it. Look, we all, once upon a time, way back when. Yes, okay, let me actually go through the chat and see who's here. So hi, Leo. Congrats on getting all 3 of the podium positions. I hope you're doing good. Hi, Lugi. Hi, Rev. Hi, Mint. Hi, Leoto. Hi, Renan. Hi, Gamma. Hi, Kiri. Who am I missing? I think it's everybody. I think. Unless there's new people. Oh, Felix. Hi, Felix. There may or may not be. Who's to say, Mint? But yeah, let me see what the actual messages were. Blah, 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 blah. Also, wait, we can also put on, we'll put on music later, because I sort of want to like de-stress. Thank you for this sub, NJD. Also, speaking of, there is a donathon going on right now. I don't have a thing on screen for it. I kind of meant to and then ran out of time because there's also a video coming out tomorrow, which I had to get finished in time. But yeah, so there is a donathon going on. I'm counting all the rewards towards it. They're all being tallied up. If you do, I think exclamation point donathon will bring you to the leaderboard, but I have to manually update it. Hi, Monokuma. I got there in advance. Wait, oh, the sound alerts aren't on here. That's what was missing. Let's see here. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. But also you're featured in here. Look, you can see in the background on the shelf there. This one was done by Neil Ayane, who did a great job. Also did a day version. Hold on, we'll swap to that real quick. They did a nighttime and a daytime version of this bedroom scene thing, which is very, very good. I like it a lot. So nice. I also have this one, which I will show you really quickly, which was made as a gift for me by I got a DM from Penelope like the week before I was supposed to debut this, and they were like, "Hey, it's Penelope Parabellum." They were like, "Hey, by the way, can I have like the neon like the thing that's behind me? Like, can I have a PNG of that?" And I was like, and they said, "Oh, and it's for a gift." And I was like, "Okay, so can I tell you not to not give me a gift, but maybe hold off for a week?" Because I would feel bad if someone made like fan art for the anniversary and then it was not a relevant design anymore. But yeah, so actually I'll put Penelope's link in here. Penelope custom made all the bottles you can see in the back. This is a whole 3D scene. If I ever get a 3D model, I'll actually be able to like use it, which will be really, really cool. Let me just put this in here. I was like, Tommy, thank you. Yeah, Penelope makes these scenes. They made it as a gift. It's very nice. All the bottles are like fun little references. So the one in the your top left, that one's Fusion Fireball because Fusion Frenzy. The one in the middle left is it's just a green bottle that says Bara on it because it turns out Bara or Rose in Japanese is Bara, which I didn't know, and I find that really funny. You can't really see it behind. Hold on, I'll hide the model for a sec. There's a Cloak and Dagger in Spanish in the back left. That's for Sombra. You can actually hold on. I'll hide myself again. The other one is Psychopop Splatter. That one's for Danganronpa. Or, yeah, Overwatch, Danganronpa. Intolerable in the red bottle there. That's Inescapable. And then in the top right, that one was my suggestion. It's Just the Way You Want It, which is what the monster says to the monster impersonating Gyuk says to Doyen in Buried Stars, and it has his blue tie on it. It's really, it's so nice. Hold on, we'll fly back to this one though. But yeah, sorry. Also, we will get into like the tier list right away because I know we don't have a ton of time for it, but I just wanted to like talk about it because I have been like there's so many emotes that I've added in that are brand new. I think some of the old ones are still in there, question mark. I'm not really sure what's up with that. I think it's because OBS, maybe I opened it before I had changed all of them, so it's not like registering. Let me see if I can find them in here. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Currently, this one is made by Alecom. This one is, most of them are by, I have it in here, and then I'm so bad with names. I'm surprised I've remembered as much as I have. It's in the panels. They did a bunch of my Yuanakok, I think is their name, which love that. But yeah, we got this little cheese throwing one, which I'm so happy for some question of VTuber. Oh my god, I'm so flattered. There are also new redeems for all this stuff. Same. I honestly, so the way the model came to be was that I wasn't really planning on getting a 2.0 this year. Thank you for the follow, Vipsy Daisy. Welcome in. Wasn't really planning on getting a new model. Oh, there's a lot of people watching. Thank you for the follow, Angel, as well. But yeah, wasn't really planning on getting a new model this year. And then I was talking with my friend Tenchi, and I was like, because Tenchi has a model that's by Kodo Gasai, which is like a collab thing with Kodo and Gasai. The triggered emote, I know, right? There's so many fun ones. And I was telling Tenchi, I'm like, damn, I'm jealous. Like, I love Gasai. And then Tenchi kind of made the connection, and then we started talking, and then we were like, then we got the model. And this has legitimately like been in progress since when was it? When did we start talking, Gasai? It was like literally the very beginning of the year. Yeah, it was like January 18th. We started working on it in like March, but we talked about it like literally from the very beginning. And so it's been very good. And now we're here. And so the other outfits, those will be hopefully rigged. I think I have them set as Donathon rewards. Yeah, there's also a ton of very good art that was made. Tomi actually made a piece for it. Hold on, let me see if I can pull that up really quickly. There's a bunch of art that I can't show on here because it is not appropriate, which I think is very fun. But let me see if I can find Tomi's. Tomi. Then we need to transform so it'll actually like fit. I wish it would show me like a preview of what's gonna show. But yeah, Tomi did this piece. Let me see what else do I have here? I think I almost clicked on the wrong one. That wouldn't be good. There's this one by Yami, which is also the thumbnail for this VoD. There's this one by Wally. Ooh, Zinc did this one. There's a bunch of them. I need to post them all online, but there's a lot of really good. I think the very first one I think that got finished was by Felix. I think it was this one, which I love. It's very cutesy. Oh, encoding is overloaded. The stream might be delaying itself slightly, but that's okay. But yeah, there's a bunch. So much spicy art. Look, the important thing is that I have so much art now, and I don't have to worry about it for a long time. But also, hi Chase. I don't know if I said that before. Is a new Viv. So hot. No. But yeah, okay. Let me drink some water real quick and then we'll do the tier list stuff. I also need to try and keep an eye on like comments in the video. I will be honest. I was slightly crashing out because I was really hoping that it would like pop off immediately. And then it didn't. I was like, oh no, this isn't going to be good. But I think it's doing well. It turns out that maybe releasing it on like middle of the day on a Saturday was not the most efficient time, but it's fine. The important thing is that it's there. Also, hi Trinox, how are you? All right, so we're gonna move this one down to here, and then we're gonna move it over to the tier list scene, and hopefully it'll stay on the thing it's supposed to. Yes, perfect. Okay. Also, I'm gonna play like some music in the background, just because I'm actually, you know what? We're streaming Golden because we need to keep Taylor Swift out of the #1 spot. That's what we'll do here. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed the video, Gasai. Okay, so for people who don't know doing the tier list today, it's fine. Don't worry. If anyone wants to do it, actually, let me grab the link for it. Where is it? Let me just grab this. You have all the videos to finish it. Yeah, if anyone wants to do the tier list, they're welcome to do it through there. I just want to do this because Mike did it, and I think it's funny. I did change some of the tier like titles because I've realized that maybe they're a little bit mean. Because some people sort of said like, I don't think I want to put anything in the bottom tiers because that feels rude. Because they were like, F, what the fuck, man, and D was like, what were you? I think it was what were you thinking or something. So I was like, maybe we need to be nicer to myself. Hi, Snowy. Yes, new model. But yeah, so we're going to do a tier list. I'm just going to go through all my old videos and just sort of see how I feel about all of them in hindsight. I will say, I've been wanting to do this for a while, partially because some of my biggest flop videos are my best videos. And this is my way of doing propaganda for them. Self-confidence. I mean, look, there's a whole video. The upcoming videos on the channel right now are like, what was it? Let me see if I can find all of them. It was, there's one about how I can't enjoy horror and it makes me miserable. There's I gave myself body dysmorphia with my VTubing model. What now? There's making a mascot, ruining a character. Which that one will be out tomorrow. There's, what the fuck are the other ones? Generative AI is a society-wide prisoner's dilemma and we're not going to solve it in time. Menace of the Millennium and hey, what the fuck, man? Yeah. What were the other two? Why can't I remember this? What it means to hate a game for content. And what was the last one? What am I forgetting? Oh, and this one, I guess, the one that just came out today, which is in the pinned comment. You should go watch that if you haven't already, because it's very good. And so my plan was always, because when I got my first model done, I immediately, as soon as I decided to become a VTuber, I was like, okay, the video I'm going to do to reveal this is going to be about character design. It's how Overwatch's character design is carrying the game, talking people through the whole process of designing a character and ending it on like the reveal. And I was like, okay, so I have plans for other videos if I ever get updates. Thank you for the follow, Henry. Welcome in. But one of those, I'm not going to talk about all of them because some of them are probably going to happen in the future at some point, hopefully. But one of them is was to always do a 2.0 and have it be about the sequel redesign. And so this was it was really cool to have it finally like come to fruition, finally be able to actually like put it out and do it. And I am so relieved that it's over because it's been very stressful to get to this point. And like I think in the video you can see like a bunch of VoD thumbnails for VoDs that are for streams that are coming up. And for some of those, I didn't have the art ready to go until like 14 hours ago. Like I was up in the middle of the night getting those done, but I'm so excited. Anyways, okay, let's get into the tier list. Let me stop getting distracted because we're supposed to be playing games with people at like 2 or at 4. So let's see here. So people I know from real life are also liking the new model, which is concerning. But yeah, I'm so excited for you guys to see all the art for him. So excited to just show him off. I'm really, thank you, Kiri. Yeah, well, I mean, it worked out perfectly in the sense that this is the 3rd anniversary of both me and Overwatch. So I only started streaming when Overwatch 2 came out. So in a sense, yeah. Yeah, I've been also, okay, sorry. Last thing before we get started. Thank you for the follow, Night Demon. Welcome in. I have I'm really bad at like keeping a secret for myself, but I've learned from Tom Holland, the way to keep a secret isn't for me to keep my secret. It's for me to tell you and tell you can't tell people. In Overwatch when he literally already is. I just can't afford his skin because I don't have $50 for a premium battle pass. But I was like just messaging my friends and being like, okay, here's all the art. Here's the plan. Here's the video. Popo is the only person who actually got to see the like reveal bit in the video first, which like, hold on. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I can find it because I am actually very proud of that. Let me hide this screen while I try and find the actual video because I don't want to dox myself. Hiding now, be shining like I'm born to be, 'cause we are. Toxicity. Oh, that's my own voice. I don't want to hear that more than I have to. Let's see if this show actually lines up pretty well. Let me see, where was it? It was like, hold on. Oh my god.
Hell is different.
Chill. I can't remember would people think it was worth it? If I don't know, once again used a video about Overwatch's character design as a way to surprise debut a new VTuber model, would people find it cliche? It's so dumb, but I was like, well, I sure hope not. It was a lot of fun to work on and I'm very happy with it and I really hope people enjoy it. But anyways, okay, tier list time because otherwise it's never getting fucking done. Let's see here. We're gonna go in order from like first to last. So like, keep a secret. I mean, a couple of people did accidentally reveal it because they didn't realize they were supposed to be keeping a secret. I don't know if Leo's still here, but Leo did 1,000. Hey, Dragdoon. Leo, I showed Leo the model like right early on and I was like, this is a secret. Don't tell anyone. And Leo was like, okay. And then we were going to go on stream and play Your Turn to Die. And Leo was like, by the way, what about your 2.0? And I was like, Leo, what are you talking about, Leo? And I'm like slamming my keyboard in the DMs. I'm like, Leo, what are you talking about? I'm like, Leo, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to think about I think Noodle did the same thing too. Cause I sent Noodle one of the updates and Noodle was like, he said something along the lines of like, wow, like it's crazy to see you in Gasai's style. Like it's so different. And I was like, Noodle, what are you talking about? Oh God. The weight off my shoulders of not having to worry about that anymore is very nice. But okay. So first video is Sombra, balance, and why these nerfs won't work. Honestly, this one, I think we do put it into the F tier because if I have a flop, it's probably that one. That one was just kind of a ranting about the state of balance, ranting about people being or annoyed about that stuff and everything. Exactly. Also, hi Fossil. Also, hi Diz. Yeah, he's only slightly breasting boobily. Because yeah, also the redeems, there's one for taking the jacket off, which will do this. And then there's one for taking the shirt off, which will do this. So there's options for that too. I've got something for people to finally spend points on. But yeah, okay. So we're putting that in F because frankly, it did nothing for nobody. This video was like me venting, sort of like getting back into content creation. Because hey Daisy, I used to do like make video essays, or not even video essays, like kind of commentary stuff and Sombra guides way back in like 2017, 2018. Thank you, Tommy. And so I was getting back into it, so I wanted to talk about the Sombra balance stuff. But it's not much. Overwatch's monetization is, or wait, I need to actually keep the list of like the names of these because I kind of forget them. Let me see here. Because I'll forget what they're called. Okay, so Sombra balance, why these nerfs won't work. Why Overwatch 2's monetization is such a problem. I'll put that in B. Because it's old. It's when I was still new spawning for the jacket. Yeah, I don't know why it like comes in like that, but it's really funny to me. But yeah, this one, not my best, but not my worst. Like it's a good attempt. Now, Overwatch, a failure in expanding a universe. This one, I fear, is still S+. It's like 12 minutes long. It's like one of the shortest videos on my channel. It was the first time I like actually put in a lot of effort on editing, and I loved it. It's so good. Also, if anyone has not watched the videos, you can find all of them at this one, at that link. Go follow them. They're very good. The next one is video games, luck, and shiny Pokemon, which you can't see it because it's too small here, but the thumbnail for this is atrocious. It took so long. Thank you, Jay. It was all about video games, luck, like what is luck? How do you code for luck? Stuff like that on the video right now. Hell yeah. But like, if you look at the thumbnail in this one in detail, I used to do like ugliest thumbnail polls on my channel. This one won by a lot because it's, you can, fuck. If you go and see it, you'll see why. Zoom down real quick. I don't know if I actually can. I don't know like how to keep the tracking on it enough to like make it bounce around enough. We'll see. I have to get used to like piloting a model that actually is like rigged properly because I'm not used to having to like actually pilot it. It's also like V-Bridger. It's all kinds of stuff. Hi, Julian. How are you? Okay. Blizzard doesn't understand survivorship bias. This is the first video of mine that popped off. You can also tell it is the 5th video I put out because somehow that happened. It was like right around Christmas. I actually put this out the same day I auditioned for HoloLive, for HoloStars, like their 2nd generation or whatever. I do think I ate that one, but I don't think it's one of my best. I'm doing good. Geophysics. We'll figure. I'm sure I can ramp up the physics on it. I'm sure that, I mean, it's still didn't rig him to not move around. Overwatch's information vacuum, not my best, but not my worst. I think this one was a perfectly fine one. I think it actually is the one that's gotten me the most direct subscribers because a bunch of people watched Survivorship. Like this Survivorship Bias got like 100,000 views in 48 hours when I had 90 subs. Thank you, Julian. I appreciate it. And it blew up like over Christmas. So I was like refreshing the page for that. But a lot of people didn't actually follow until the second one because I think they were like, who knows what's going to happen here. How much less you have to move for it to do something? Well, like before my model's eyes were like pointing in, like I didn't rig it properly. So it was kind of looking in the wrong direction and the face was moving in the wrong direction. But yeah. Okay. Anyways, Overwatch's information vacuum. I think it's good. I think it's a video that like I believe is still correct. Excuse me. I don't think any of my videos have aged poorly. If anything, they age like fucking wine. Like I'll also stand by that. I don't think anything I've said is like really proven to be wrong. Like the Overwatch's Omnics or shallow storytelling, that one can't, sometimes I get proven right very quickly to the extent that I could have been wrong. Like the, we'll get to Overwatch's Omnics or shallow storytelling in a bit, but like that one came out right before they did that big like lore dump about Aurora and like the Omnics and all that stuff. So that was fun. And I was like, thank God I got it out there early. Tilting is a skill issue, frankly, S+. Because this one's S+ to me, both because I think it's a really good video, makes a really good argument about how like getting tilted in games is a skill issue. Zoom in a little bit on the browser here. Oh, maybe, hold on, let me see. I just wanted to be able to show the whole thing, but I guess actually this probably works better if we just zoom in like this. There we go. Now you can actually see more of it. Sorry, I should have done that from the start. It's been a scattered day, I'm sorry. Yeah, is that better? Also, yeah, tilting is a skill issue. This one is S+ for me because I think it was the first video of mine to hit 1,000 views in 24 hours. Maybe it was 10,000. It was like the only one that managed to hit that, or 10,000 views in like 48 hours or something. It was the first one and the only one to hit that one for a long time. Like I popped off in 2022. Nothing from 2023 I think is in my top 5, and I think nothing's in like the top 8. But yeah, this one, a lot of people responded really positively, and that's kind of why it's so positive to me. Like a lot of people commented on it and said like, you know, this reframed how I think about this. This makes me like enjoy games more to think about it this way, to reframe getting tilted, and like it helps me get over it. And like that to me makes it worth it. Une balle, une mort, what's a one shot? This one did something for someone. Originally the title was Une balle, une mort, what's a one shot? And then I removed the French because the video was performing really badly. And so that one is kind of a sore spot for me. This is also back in my era of terrible thumbnails where there's way too much detail that you can't see in a thumbnail. Like this one has Sigma throwing a rock. Roadhog is trying to hook the camera. Sojourn is doing something in the background. I can't remember what. It's a lot. The problem with Overwatch 2's feedback, I think this one kind of goes into the same category as Overwatch's information vacuum. You can tell that I was like in university during a lot of these videos and like was studying relevant stuff because like during this time I was doing a sociological course, which is what will affect the next video. And so a lot of this was like data analysis and like how to communicate that, because that was a big part of it. But the next one we have is Dunning-Kruger, Overwatch 2, and you is the thumbnail, but it's I did a study about the Dunning-Kruger effect in Overwatch 2, and I'm making that your problem now, which is the first video that has that kind of a title. And I mean, like, it's so good. It's so fun. This began the habit of like an annual study video where I gaslight the fuck out of people. And for people who weren't there for it, this was also all before all pre-VTuber. The VTuber video is this one down here, the Overwatch 2 and character design, but we'll get to that later. But I posted on, because this was like a thing I actually had to do for university. This was a real study, like a pilot study, but still real. That was like being supervised by my professor. So I was posting about it. I was getting people to submit. I lied to everyone and said like, how accurate do you think Overwatch 2's ranked system is? Like, do you think it's doing a good job of placing you where it should be? Got a lot of people who responded to it perfectly sincerely. Love them for that. Thank you guys so much. And then revealed that they were being studied for the Dunning-Kruger effect and did demonstrate it. And I was really worried a lot of people were going to get really mad at me, but I kind of just got a lot of like response emails that were like, you got me, gal. And I love that. I feel like I've had a good audience with like a good sense of humor for stuff like that, which is rare and very much so appreciated. Let me see if I can also just get these comments approved, because I have to still approve all of my comments. There's a lot going on. If it will work anyways. There we go. Okay. The next one. I have beef with whoever's running Overwatch contenders. I fear I would put this in B, but I think the thing is it goes in A because I still have beef with whoever's responsible for Overwatch competitive circuits. What the fuck are you people doing? Like, if you haven't watched this video, it's all about how insane the organization of the contenders circuit was. And I stand by it. It was bad. It is bad. And they're still bad. I don't know how they're so bad at this. Hey, Ash. Yeah, new model. He normally wears clothes, I promise. Thank you. How you doing? Why balancing Overwatch is so hard? This video was one of the more like shameless talking about an educational subject video. But this one I stand by. You know what? Actually, let me pull up the thumbnail for this one. Let me just, because I put this was also back when I kind of felt like I needed to put more work into them, and I don't really know why. Because like people can't see these details. But this video was why balancing Overwatch is so hard. And if you look closely, you can see that I have edited in Overwatch characters into the Danganronpa V3 trial grounds. And I put so much effort into this. I was going into the, what's it called? The hero gallery in Overwatch 2, taking screenshots of characters facing in the correct directions, like editing out the background and then editing them in here. Like you can see like with Genji's legs, I've like edited out the podiums. Like it's all correct. This took so long. No one can see any of the details on it, but it's still one of my favorites because it's such a fucking stupid idea. And I love myself for it. Anyways, let me hide that and let's get back into it. Also, because that video I think is really good, but still. Hey, Wesley, thank you. How you doing? But yeah, thumbnails are hard and I don't like doing them. But also sometimes I do. Sometimes I'm a little proud of myself. What's going on with Overwatch Collegiate? I'm also going to put this one in 8, this one. This is the only collaborative video I've ever done. It was with Paz, who's also the only Overwatch YouTuber who was ever nice to me. After the survivorship bias video popped off, he did a reaction to it. And there were some parts he disagreed with, some parts he agreed with, but we were like having a really good time. And then he DM'd me and was like, congrats on like getting the subs, like, cause I was growing pretty fast, and he was very nice. And he is, or was, an Overwatch collegiate player. So I was like, perfect, let's do this video where I sort of interview you for it, splice it. I'm not sure if the editing was like, I don't know how people perceive that video, because it is not one of my most popular ones. Like, I think it only has about 4,000 views to this day. But like, I stand by this one because I think it's a good analysis of the topic that doesn't get viewed much. Now, the politics of ping and performance, also a flop video, also one of the greats. This was the first members' choice video. Exactly one person voted for it. Did the shirt get put back on for half a second? Jesus. Thank you, Renner. Yeah, so the shirt will automatically be put back on after, I think, 10 minutes is the timer. You have to make it shorter so people burn through more points. But yeah, politics of ping and performance is all about how politics affects your game performance, your internet speeds, all that stuff. As an Albertan, this is really important to me because one of our worst telecom companies, TELUS in Canada, was originally owned by my government, and it was very good. It was called Alberta Government Telephones. And then they sold it because the progressive conservatives privatized everything, and they're awful, and they belong in hell. And, well, I think all the ones who did it are there currently, so fair enough. But yeah, it compares the Americans, the Canadians, and the South Koreans. Jacket redeem on the naked bot. I think it will, when the shirt redeem comes off, it'll still keep the jacket off and the shirt will still be on. Thank you, Sagittarius. That's also kind of why I put a lot of Canadian stuff in there, because I know like a majority of my audience is American, and I kind of want to provide some of those fun facts that make people think a little bit more. Like the politics of ping and performance video goes into the Hallyu, the Korean, like the Korean wave, the focus on arts and culture funding in South Korea, infrastructure funding, all of that stuff. It also goes into like the rat ban in Alberta, which in my province, if you didn't know, Alberta is the largest rat-free zone on the planet because we don't fuck around. Next video is let's talk about Monroe.app. Now this video wasn't planned. This was because a really shady, scummy like sponsorship company reached out to me, and like they set up a profile on my behalf without me asking them to. They were exposing people's rates on their website. Like I was really mad about it, and they were being shady. They didn't give me the login to the account they made for me to keep putting my rates out there. And so I made this video and I told them to delete my information. Hi, Astian. Also, speaking of Astian, wait, I can't get it won't let me find the shake. Astian made a shake with the 2.0. How you doing, Astian? Let me see here. But yeah, this video, actually, we're going to put it down here. Because like, ultimately, I don't like making just like videos ripping on someone or like a company, but Monroe was shady as shit. And then like, the crazy thing is a year or so after this video came out, their CEO emailed me and was like, hey, I saw your video. I think some wires got crossed. I was like, really? Because every comment I've gotten on that video is from a creator who's like, I think you scammed. Like I would have fallen for this if you hadn't put this video out. Oh yeah, I'm glad to hear you're doing good, Astian. You know, together we're going. But yeah, I think you know, we have to be more critical. This one choices were certainly made because this was also like an impulsive one. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. You can't really see much of his outfit, but that's okay. But yeah, the next one, Monopolies on Mechanics in Overwatch. I think this one's like a neutral one. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly serviceable. It's a good video, but like, I think you can tell in it that I was clearly just trying to sort of fill space because the next one was the big one that I'd been working on for a long time. Hey, Tori, thank you. Thank you. He does have an outfit on. He's currently wearing underwear. All three of the outfits have their own underwear for them, which is fun. I will put that somewhere online. Put it on the alt account or something. But yeah. Anyways, the next video, how Overwatch 2's character design is carrying the game. She's an icon. She's a legend. She is the moment. Here, Renan, you know what? Let me... Haven't you seen it? I could have sworn that you would have seen it at some point during all of this. Let me... There we go. All right. But yeah, this video I think is great. It's one of the ones that I worked on for the longest amount of time. How Overwatch these character design is carrying the game. It's like so high effort. There's all these transitions. I was hiding the intention. This is the only video I've ever done a premiere for. I was going to do one for today, but then I kind of was worried that people wouldn't care because some people said they don't like the premiere. But anyways, did a premiere for it, watched it along with people, had them like guessing what was going to happen. I think this is one of my best ones, and I don't, that's why, yeah, no kidding. Technically that's what he's wearing right now, because there's not just like a shirtless, but with pants. And so that's what we're going with. But yeah, and so that was the 1.0 model debut video, and it will always hold a special place in my heart. I will say one thing that panicked me about this video, like the one from today, is that when I put out the carrying the game thumbnail, I put this out, and immediately, like I put this in like community posts, and immediately got a ton of comments that were like, who is that pink character on the left? Like, I don't recognize that. Who's that? And I was like, oh, thank God, people are going to be excited. Like they want to see what's happening in this video. And I was like, well, we're also going to do the same thing the second go round, which is this, where it's all of the the Overwatch 1 designs and my 1.0, and then all the Overwatch 2 ones, all that stuff, and my 2.0. And not one person, the person who made the, where is it? Penelope was the only one who noticed it, the person who made the bar one. And I think it's only because I kind of gave that one away a little bit to them. But yeah. Yes, because I did amazing on the model. It was very, very good. And yeah, Syl did an amazing job on the rigging. Everyone did so good. I'm so happy. It was very stressful. Honestly, I think I talked about it also. Sorry, I feel like my model keeps on kind of breaking when I look over to my other monitor. I should just have it all on one or something. But I mentioned it in the video where it was like when Gasai and I first started working on it and he was sending me sketches, I was like, can you make him like a little bit twinkier? Like a little bit more, not like super twink, but like, because I was so worried people are going to be like, it's cringe to go big beefy boy right out of the gate. Especially because I had the flattest twink of all time before. But yeah, anyways, regardless, the 1.0 was very good. Also, Gasai, I mentioned this in the video, you're not allowed to disappear, neither is Syl, because that happened. Lucille, no one has seen her in like since the model debuted. Like I was one of the last people I think to talk to her. And so if you guys disappear, then it's going to look like I keep doing this to people. So, but yeah, next video was fixing Overwatch's battle pass themes. I'm sure it did someone or something for someone. This was just sort of a quick, silly video. I mean, she was Thai, I think. She kept on saying that she had to like, she was stuck in the mountains and had to drive to the city to get the internet to send me my model stuff. It was weird. But also, if you know anything about Lucille, if you remember the drama of this, I don't have a basement, I live in an apartment. At one point in time, basically all of Lucille's model children, like all the big successful ones, like Kenji, all the Mofongo boys. There's another one whose name I can't remember, but he had like cherry designs on his glasses or something. They got like into huge beef on the timeline, and I was like watching my step siblings fighting amongst each other, because a bunch of us were also in a group chat because we'd all gotten ripped off by her. But yeah, it's a whole thing. Anyways, the fixing Overwatch's battle pass themes, that was a simple, easy one. I just wanted to have something I could put out alongside the model reveal. It did something for someone, but it wasn't that interesting. Overwatch's Dominic's or shallow storytelling, one of the greats, holds up to this day. I've been correct about the racism analogy forever. Argue with the wall. Plus, there's just something about this. I don't know if it's the color of the thumbnail or what, but I really like how that one turned out. I don't really have a ton to say about it, honestly, because it's just kind of a good, like, solid standard video. Sometimes I see artists who have similar styles to Lucille, and I'm like, are you making a comeback? Like, are you? There's one VTuber model artist who's still active, who draws like eyes the same way that she did, and I was like, surely not, and it isn't. But I don't know. I think it's funny because she made some of the biggest models, but also like she whitewashed a lot of models. That's why Kenji's model wasn't black. But yeah, next video, Quantum Redshift in the games that lose. One of my best videos. No one's watched it. It is like it's under 2,000 views, which is insane because it came out right after the debut. Everyone should go watch this one. It is my best video, I think. It's all about Quantum Redshift, which was this amazing racing game on the original Xbox. It was not a launch title, but pretty close. If you played like Wipeout or F-Zero, it's kind of in that vein. It's so fucking pretty. All the footage in that game is from the hole in the timeline. Wait, are artists posting the art? That's so funny. Let me see here. Oh my God, there's a lot of notifications. Oh my God, yeah, Gasai posted the other art that he made. That art is so good. I didn't even know about it until I saw it on Patreon. Let me see here. Which post? Oh yeah, the mirror one. Oh my god, the mirror one is so good. I. So wait, who am I getting messages from? Perfect. Okay, awesome. Sorry, I'm trying to keep track of like 5 different windows of stuff going on. But yes, the Quantum Redshift video is the one that I put in the chat. If you haven't watched it, which like statistically no one here has, it is the one that I always recommend. I think it's some of my best. It's also the first one that I got custom artwork for. Was from, I'm blanking on the name right now. It was someone I was gonna get art from for this too, and I ran out of time. I feel there are a few artists who I talked about getting art from for this and like just ran out of money. This one's from Eltdoa. Eltdoa did this, and then it was also paired in with a fundraiser where I did a marathon stream of Quantum Redshift, beat the whole thing with every character on Redshift difficulty. It took like 26 hours or something. I had to break it up because I had to go to my brother's birthday, like play or golf with him. But we raised like a few $100 for the AltView Foundation, which is like a charity that helps support queer kids in rural Alberta, which was very important to me, and I'm very happy with that one. But yes, very good video. Everyone go watch that one if you haven't. Honestly, there should be a whole separate tier for it, but I don't have time for that. Clue the movie, telling stories about games without stories. Or the Clue movie, telling stories about games without stories. I think it's great. I think the Clue movie is excellent. Honestly, I want to make another video about the Clue movie at some point because it's amazing. It's so fucking funny. It's my favorite movie of all time. It's not even remotely close. If they remake it, I will become a headline, I think is what I can say to not get banned. But yes, Clue is so good. If someone tells me they don't like the Clue movie, I'm immediately skeptical of their taste and their politics. That video released simultaneously with Overwatch 2. Overwatch 2's weird relationship with representation, which like, I think I ate that one. I don't want to be too friendly towards all my videos. I want to make sure that I'm like keeping this under a standard. Yes, like the game Clue. Thank you for that segue, Gasai. Hold on, we'll get to the queer representation one in a sec. In like the 80s, Paramount made a deal with Parker Brothers, I think it is, to like make movies based off of all their games. If you remember the Battleship movie that had Rihanna in it, that was part of that deal as well. So they made Clue. It's such a funny fucking movie. It has Tim Curry playing a butler character who's like kind of involved in the whole thing. And then obviously it has Miss Scarlet, Colonel Mustard, all that. Do you not remember that? Because it was like a big deal in like the mid 2000s that she was getting, like that was like her acting debut. It was a weird choice for her, but it is what it is. Battleship is not as good as Clue by far. Clue is like genuinely a very solid murder mystery comedy. Like, because new people keep showing up to the manor and they're like, hey, my car broke down. And it's like, okay, well, you can make a call from the lounge. And then he dies. And it's really good. It's so fucking funny. Tim Curry plays the butler. Madeline Kahn plays Mrs. White. I think she's in a bunch of, she's in a bunch of good movies. It's so funny. Oh, Deep in Dreamscape. Fair enough. But yeah, no, Clue, I think the video is very good, but the Clue movie is, I quote it all the time. I think I have a bunch of sound alerts that are also tied to it. Let me see if I can find them. Let's see. Isn't there room for both of us?
Isn't there room for both of us?
Oh no, that's not. That's from Quantum Redshift. Hate when he does that. That one's from Clue. You know, together we're glowing.
Hate when he does
that. Shut up. We're doing our best. Where else are they?
Shut up.
We're doing our best. I think those are all the ones from Clue. I have other ones that there's not like in the list. Communism was just a red herring is in there. God, Clue is so fucking funny. Like, do yourself the favor of watching it. I bought it on YouTube. That's how invested I am in this movie. Yes, the drag queen Katya, she's constantly referencing it. What's the fucking Mrs. Peacock rant? I mean, there's Mr. Green's iconic, I work for the State Department and I'm a homosexual. I have no personal shame or guilt about this. But if it comes to light, I will lose my job on security grounds. I can't remember the exact one for his. Katya quotes it all the time. And like, there's like, I think she says like, my name is Katya and I run a specialized service in a telephone. Fuck, what is it now? God, I can't remember any of them. I run a specialized hotel and telephone service, which provide gentlemen with the company of a young lady for a short while. I have no idea what I'm doing here, or what you're doing here, or what this place is about, but I am determined to enjoy myself, and I'm very intrigued, and oh my, the soup's delicious, isn't it? And of course the iconic, I hated her so much. The flames on the side of my face, breathing, breathless, heaving breaths, like, Hikage. Oh my god, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Madeline Kahn is so fucking funny in it. Your husband disappeared. Well, that was his job. He was an illusionist, but he never reappeared. He wasn't a very good illusionist. Men are like Kleenex, soft, strong, and disposable. God, yeah, if there is a remake, there will be flames on someone's fucking face. Some executives will suffer. Her monologue, so many of those monologues, legitimately, if you watch Clue, you will understand like 10% more Katya references easily. She actually did a video podcast with someone at one point where it was like a movie review thing where they just watched Clue with her. I fucking love Clue. And also, I didn't even talk about the best gimmick. It has 3 endings. When it first came out in theaters, each theater got a random ending. So you didn't always get the same ending as other people. And there were different killers. And if you go back and watch the movie, you can see how each one is valid. Like, it's so good. And if you watch it on like Netflix or like digital streaming now, it plays them in sequence. And so it kind of sets up ending 3 as the like main true ending, which like it kind of makes the most sense for it to be. But I have a bunch of Clue stuff. My mom made me like a light box or shadow box, I don't know what they're called, of Clue for my birthday one year. And it has all the like, there are no more bullets left in that gun. Yes, there are. Nope, you fired 6. I think it's, what is it? One in the lounge, or 1 in the study, 2 at the chandelier, 2 at the door, 1 at this, 1 at that. That's not 6. 1 + 2 + 2 + 1. No, there's only 1 shot at the chandelier. It's 1 + 1 + 2 + 1. Even if you were right, that would be 1 + 2 + 1 + 1, not 1 + 1 + 2 + 1. Fucking love it. Yeah, that's how it could have happened. It's so fucking good. Anyways, okay. Overwatch 2 representation. I think I ate that one. This one was also a Members' Choice one, as was the Clue one. Overwatch 2 in representation, Clue. What are the other Members' Choice ones? Politics, Opinion, Performance, and Overwatch Dominix or Shallow Storytelling. I think those were the only Members' Choice ones that have come up so far. I think this one's good. I stand by it. It was fine. I think I called a lot of things about rainbow capitalism that really came true over the last few years, which is a little bit disappointing because that video came out right when the, is it Dylan, what's her name? I think it's Dylan Mulvaney. Like the Budweiser thing, when that was happening. Yeah, I think they've not gotten better since then. But I stand by that one. It still gets a lot of angry comments from weird freaks on the internet, but like not as many as you'd think. It actually has a pretty solid like to dislike ratio. It's like, let me see. It's at 92.6% and it has 60,000 views, which like considering the subject matter, it's pretty good. Overwatch 2, Overwatch the Sinking Ship of Theseus. This video was one where like conceptually I thought it was really cool and I was really excited to do it, and it just like something about it just doesn't vibe with me. I don't know what about it didn't work. Also, I can't wait for this to be copyright claimed for this. We'll just upload the VoD. I guess we'll maybe make this quieter or something. I don't know. I guess who cares? Somehow the K-pop Demon Hunters video didn't get copyright claimed, but anyways. Why is Florida Mayhem posting Yeehaun on main? This one was because the Florida Mayhem were an Overwatch League team who like right when the league was kind of shutting down, like sort of as a last ditch, I think, the Florida Mayhem started posting a bunch of Yeehaun shit and they were like tagging Ron DeSantis. I thought it was really funny, so I made a short video about it, and then their social media manager like reached out to me and was like, hey, love the video. We just did it because it was fun. I was like, shit, okay, party. We're gonna rush through them a little bit more because I have a lot to get through. Love the fit. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. This one was Barbie Girl, Rule 34, and how corporations lose control of their characters. One of the greats. I made this right after watching the Barbie movie with my mom. Loved the movie. It was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. But also Aqua is one of my favorite bands ever since I was a kid. There's a debut video that's supposed to be coming out. I don't think it's done yet, but it's like a little model reveal. I don't want to show the work in progress of it because I don't want to expose the creator, but it uses Calling You by Aqua in it. It's very good. Thank you for the Jacket Redeem, Llama. How are you? I love how this shirt turned out. I don't know why. Like, it's not even like that complex of a shirt, but it worked really well. But yeah, love this video. Loved being able to talk about Barbie Girl. Wanted to talk about how, because like for so long the narrative about Overwatch is like, it's just porn with a game. And I think that's dumb, but also I think I wanted to kind of explore why that happens more. And yeah. That was also honestly the thing I was most excited to upgrade from the 1.0, because the 1.0 doesn't have any of my branding on it. but the 2.0 has all of my like it has the diamonds are on a bunch of parts of it. Like you can see them on the pants, you can see it on like the little strap thing attached to the elbow. The flowers obviously on the chest. There's like a little ornament of it on the hip as well. There's a star tattoo on the ass, which I think is really funny. Sort of sharpens the face. Yeah, it's very good, and like I like how it sort of just barely cuts across the boobs. It's so fun. But yeah, what was I? Oh yeah, Spike Chunsoft and telling unhinged stories. One of the greats. This was my first really long video. It's an hour and 45 minutes long. It flopped fucking hard when I first made it. This video goes through all 3 Danganronpa games, the 2 Eye of the Somnium Files games that were out at the time, all 3 Zero Escape games, and Master Detective Archive, and picks like one element of each of them to discuss how they either do or don't handle unhinged storytelling properly. Hey, Noodle, thank you. How are you doing? And thank you, Tori. The longest section of this video by far is me fucking hating on Zero Time Dilemma, which like that video is coming one day. Squidgy was replaying or watching the VoDs recently and was talking about it. And I was like, right, I forgot how much I fucking hate so much of this. But I'm going to talk about that in the haters video too, because I want to talk about why it's going to happen and why I feel conflicted about it. Which also, that video has been, for the upcoming videos, the next one is already written, recorded, uploaded. It's ready to go. It'll go live tomorrow at noon. The one after that one is written but not recorded. That's the hater one. And then the body dysmorphia one, not recorded yet. Generative AI, not written yet. And neither is the horror one. Oh shit, thank you for the raid. Hi, Sketchy. Hi, raiders. Welcome in. How are you? Hold on, let me just move this over here real quick. Welcome in. Hi, Nightfall. Hi, Sakeolarity. Hi, Sketchy. Welcome in. Here, let me get the, because I don't know if people can see it on the profile, but let me find the art that you did. The new profile picture. Oh, thank you for the redeem. Looks like an emotion. Thank you, Sketchy. Yes, Sketchy did the new profile picture for me. It's the first time I've updated it in a long time, and it turned out very, very good. I love it a lot. Thank you, Sketchy.
You're easily impressed.
Not gonna be second coming in Inescapable. Maybe we'll see. It was gonna be the video that I was gonna make, the first proper hater video, and then Inescapable came and stole the throne from it. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Yes, thank you for the follow, sake of Larity. Sketchies. Yes. Yeah, the colors look very good. I love like this sort of like, I don't know if it's color pop or what it's called, but like the blue and the green. I love it. It looks so good. Yes, welcome in, Raiders. My name is Vivros. I'm a variety streamer. I play a whole bunch of stuff, a lot of visual novels, a lot of shooters. Right now we're doing a tier list of all my Viveo essays because I make those over on YouTube. If that's your sort of thing, you should check them out here. And if you want to see how I debuted this new model, you can check out the one that's in the pinned comment. But yeah, we're going to be doing this for another hour or so, and then we're going to get into some Overwatch. But yeah, boobas are boobas. They are in fact boobaing. I do also have, actually wait, I can find the, because I don't know if I've shown you the other outfits. Also, anyone who hasn't seen the other outfits yet, I'm going to show them too. If I can find them. We're not going to make the swords visible yet because I don't know how big it'll be, because it'll take up the entire screen. Of course it will. This is the problem with getting art that's like just on giant canvases. But yeah, we have all of these outfits as well. So the one that's supposed to be on right now is the one on the left, and also I guess on the right. But then the 2 middle ones are also drawn up, and we'll get them hopefully rigged soon. But yeah, we're also doing a donathon right now. If you're curious about that sort of stuff, you can put exclamation point donathon in the chat. Yeah, we were, thank you for the follow, Nightfall. Welcome in. We were working on these literally like yesterday, right up until it was done. Like, it was very stressful, and I'm very glad they turned out really good, because it was the real challenge. I'll be fully honest with you guys, was the one in the middle left, which I've been calling the club slut outfit. This one has oh yeah, also I keep forgetting to mention that the back of the model has like the flower cut into it. I think that was Gasai's idea, and it was a very good one because everyone has been very nice about it. But yeah, with the club slut one, we couldn't figure out what the fuck to call this, like the shoulder jacket thingy, which was I was like fighting my life. I was like, it's the jacket, but it's not the pink jacket. It's like the shoulder jacket. Yeah, it came out really, really good, and I'm very happy with it. And I am so sorry to Syl if she ever sees this for what she's gonna have to rig. They're new to me. Thank you, Sketchy. But yeah, maybe we'll get more done too. I have more ideas for them down the road. I saw a meme that was like, model artists are never truly free earlier today. I think maybe Bao posted or something. I was like, yeah, Because I'm probably going to come back to Kasai in like 6 months and be like, hey, what about this? But yeah, okay, let's get back into the tier list because we don't have a ton of time. Oh shit, wait. I should probably actually put OBS over here so I can keep an eye on it. And I also need to keep an eye on my comments because I need to review those manually. Also, sketchy, if you need to get any food, water, or rest, make sure to go do that. Self-care is important. But if you're able to stick around, I'd be happy to have you here as well, obviously. Way more simple. I don't know. They've got a lot more flowy fabric. I think that'll be the challenge. Hey, Lena, yes. Oshi does have boobas now. Are you ready for night out? Hell yeah. I hope your night out goes great. You deserve it. You did good work. But yeah, okay. Back to this. Next video is why don't game developers fix obvious problems? And the thumbnail also says why aren't obvious solutions implemented? This one, I ate that one. I did take a couple of whacks at flats in it, which like I don't feel bad about because it's correct, because I think people deserve to understand why there's like so much discourse and kind of the nature of it and the monetizing of it. Hey, Trevor. Yeah, we've had an upgrade. A very expensive one. Literally, I have like a budgeting app, and between the art and the model, this has taken up like a third of all of the money I've spent this year. I spent less on my mortgage. I've spent less on groceries. Financially, this has been an interesting decision for me. So I'm hoping it pays off, or at least that people enjoy it. But yeah, I think I ate that one. I think it's a good video. I'm very happy with it. It's not like one of my best, but like it's a solid one, I would say. Missed the window. Well, you didn't, wait, hold on. I mean, I guess there's technically not really a window on the other ones. Well, I guess on the club one, the bodysuit part in the middle, if you took that out, there would be a window on the boobs. Anyways. The asses are, hell yeah. Hey, Grieving Golem. We looked for a bit. I appreciate it. And thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the model. See if it grows on you. Yeah, I mean, watch the new Viveo essay. We talk all about it. It's all worth it. Exactly. But yeah. Next one was why Sojourn can't be the all-Canadian hero. Also kind of fear I ate that one. This one was really interesting to make because I got a lot of Americans who were like, but that is what it, like, America's a melting or a mosaic too, like it, or because Canada it's the melt or mosaic. Yeah, exactly, Trevor. That was what I talked about in the video where I'm like, change is hard for people. Even if it ends up being a design that people might like more in the future, like it's still a lot for now. And I very much so understand that. I think for me, like I've had all year to get used to this idea. And even then it took me like, I think a month or so to really be comfortable with the idea of moving to a model that's so body type wise different. But like, I'm so happy with it. It's so good. And it's so much better rigged. Like you can see it, like the next video, I'm so happy. Like editing it was so nice because I was like, wow, like he's expressive. He can like roll his eyes. He can kind of like do a little bit, which was so much fun. But yeah, very proud of this one. What makes a Canadian character? Why Sojourn can't be the all Canadian character? Talking about how no one really can be, going into like the history of Canada, the Pierre Trudeau tweets, or not tweets. Pierre Trudeau did not tweet, comments about how there's no such thing, like it's absurd to even pose it or posit it. Twink we had. It's a little bit the opposite, but also he's never supposed to be a full, like he wasn't supposed to be as skinny as he was. He was meant to be a twunk, and this is kind of what he was sort of what I got before the model artist disappeared into the night. The next two are kind of the same video, but they're a little bit separate. The first one is philosophy in my Overwatch is more likely than you think. The second one was the philosophies of Overwatch's heroes. I think these were both also, this is a member's choice video that got split into two because it was too long. They're fine. I think that it mostly just reflects that they came out when I was really busy with other stuff. Like this was right around the first donathon I did, or like first anniversary donathon. And I was just kind of crunching and I didn't really have time to do as much as I would have liked. But I like how that one overall went. I think it was an interesting one. I had some philosophers who commented on it and said like that it was an interesting insight. So it's not one that I regret. It's just not my favorite of mine. The right and wrong ways to use your characters. I think this one, not my best, not my worst. It's fine. It's mostly talking about like the narrative issues with Overwatch and how they don't use their characters right. Is you I know now? Yeah, exactly. Well, I think like I even made that comment in the video where I'm like, I think it's like 5 minutes after I do the reveal where I'm like, you know, obviously change is hard, but you know, you're still here and you're probably already a little bit adjusted to it. And like, it doesn't take that long, and it won't be long before if someone goes back to one of my old videos 6 months from now, they're gonna be like, that's crazy. It's so different. The ad is going to play real quick. We're just gonna run a 1 minute one right now. We'll probably run a, actually, we'll snooze it now. We'll leave it for a bit. Because we also kind of got to rush. Actually, there's only 3. We'll see. But yeah, the next one is the biggest narrative problem with Overwatch. This is like right up in the same category as the right and wrong ways to use your characters. They were both kind of the same thing. Knock back an hour. Hell yeah. We're going to be streaming a lot this month. It's busy. I've made like 50 thumbnails for all the VoDs, for all the streams. If anything. Yes, Ali made that one. It's very, very good. I love it. It's so cute. But yeah, the biggest narrative problem with Overwatch is the live service model. It talks about that stuff. It ties into the previous video. It's a fine video. I think it's a good video. Also, I'm being harsh on myself. Like I don't think any of my videos are bad or like unwatchable. This is someone who's just very critical of himself. See, oh no. Cheese is expensive these days. Don't do that. What's up with media about kids and killing games? This one, deserved better, but I feel like I didn't do as good a job arguing it as I wanted. This is a topic. This is the problem with when you have a topic in mind for too long, when you've been thinking about it for like, I'd been thinking about this before I even became a YouTuber again, like 4 years ago, like long, long time ago. And I think it kind of shows with how there's a lot of ideas that kind of got baked on, like tacked on to an existing one. And I kind of want to revisit it at some point, but I think it's still a good one, but like I could have done it better. How Overwatch's cosmetics create a culture of classism. I want to put it in one of the greats, but I kind of feel like it might actually be S+, because this one gets people mad at me. But I think we'll put it in one of the greats for now. Maybe we'll change it later. This video is about how Overwatch's cosmetics, the modern monetization model of Overwatch, how it's created this culture of classism, about expensive skins, especially how expensive they are. This is also one that I think has aged really well. People get mad at me about it sometimes because they're like, oh, you're shaming people for spending money. I'm like, in no world is that the case, but whatever, bite me. I think it's a good one. I really love the thumbnail. Jesus, that's so loud. Got lulled into a false sense of security by the music playing so quietly. But yeah, I think it's aged really, really well. It's one that I stand by, I think, the most. And the thumbnail does eat. This one I'm very proud of the thumbnail for. Hitting GM doesn't mean you understand balance is the next one. And I did eat that one. This one was mostly just me whacking Awkward because he's a dumbass and said some stupid shit about like, only people who are like grandmasters should be involved in balancing the game. And it was like finally an excuse to shit on Awkward for being a moron. Just an idiot. I can't stand him. I'm sure he thinks I'm a degenerate. And you know what? I think I actually, hold on. You know, let me find it. Because he gets a mention in the hater video. Because I talked about how like I held off on making that video until I was like, had a good enough reason. But let me see. What did I say about Awkward? I said, an Overwatch content creator who's best described as being like if Jordan Peterson with a concussion really wanted to be like Andrew Tate with an even worse concussion. Which I think is funny. It's not a very good one, but it's funny to me. Hey, Willow. Yeah, new model. Only slightly different. Shirt is something. Yeah, it's a good shirt. Also, thank you for the redeem. I can't, oh no, who put the... Oh wait, did it... There should be a timer somewhere. Oh well, anyways. But yeah, with that video, I was correct in that video. Again, all my shit ages like wine. Your fave could never, unless your fave is me, in which case, yes, he could. We're going to snooze the ad one more time because I want to see if I can get through a few more. Why good data isn't enough. This one, I think I kind of flopped. I don't know why this is one, like I put in a lot of work and I tried on it and it just like didn't hit. And that's kind of the worst thing. And like over time, I've gotten better at just saying, I'm not putting out this video if it doesn't work. But I think that was a member's choice one too. So I felt like I kind of had to. I do think that one isn't my best, but it is what it is. True crime, or what was the next one? The genres that gaming struggles with, which was true crime, tabletop RPGs, and musicals. This one was a Donathon reward, which by the way, again, Donathon's going on right now. Top donor gets to pick a video topic for me to make. This one was picked, actually, we'll put this, I think this one low-key goes higher. I remember one time I had an ex-friend who was talking about this video because I talked about putting it out because I knew he really liked the one about, it's the musical game that I was playing in it. The like one about the gods, what is it? Stray Gods, that's it. And I suggested like, what was it? Sorry, I just have to respond to this. I was like, yeah, I think you should watch this one. Like, you'd like it. And he was like, sure. And then, no, no, it's not. Sure, we can do how it's done, because like I do think how it's done is my favorite song from them, but we're trying to keep Taylor Swift off the charts. We're holding on to the #1 spot. That's what we're doing here. But yeah, I'm also kind of need to change it because it's a lot. But yeah, I told my friend about it and he was like, oh yeah, no, I'll totally watch it. And then a few months later, a video topic that he had also picked as a donathon reward, I guess it kind of exposes him a bit, came up and I made it and I sent it to him and he was like, I shamefully have not watched any of your videos before, but I'm going to watch this one. And I was like, fuck you. Like, I don't need my friends to watch my stuff, but I don't want to be bullshitted, you know? That was so shitty of him. But either way. Next video, competitive hero shooters, mostly Overwatch TBH, were a mistake. This one, I don't know why, it got a really harsh response right out of the gate. And because of that, I think I actually kind of put it down here. I don't think I was wrong in the video. I think I was right about it. But like, the negative response was so harsh and so fast that I like, somewhere in my Google Docs, there's still the like statement I had typed up where it was going to be like a community post where I was like, hey, I took down the video I put up earlier. I think it needs more work. Sorry. And then I was like, why do I fucking care what these people are mad at me about? Eat my ass. But it's still kind of a bit of a sour memory for me, so it goes down there. Also, hi Onyx. I don't know if I said that before. I'm a little bit scattered today. How Overwatch uses symbolism to communicate. This one was inspired directly by the job that I had at the time had an elder come in and talk about indigenous constitutions and the fishbone constitution. I can't remember what it was actually called. Pike constitution, maybe, where it was a constitution of an indigenous nation where they used the bones of a fish to like keep track of all of the I talked about it in the video, but all the details of the Constitution are represented by bones in the fish. Hey Zeke, how you doing? And I really like this one. I think it's one of my better ones. This one has had like a really weird thumbnail because it's either been bright pink or bright green, because the pink one flopped. So I picked a green one, like I just color or hue shifted everything to green. And then that one kind of flopped. And then YouTube let me start doing the A/B testing. So I tested it and pink won. So I stuck with it. Elo Hell and Why We Cope. I think I ate that one. I've kind of made a few. It's similar to the Tilting's a skill issue one, but it goes actually, we're putting it up here because I was correct. Correct. And I stand by it and people got mad at me for it. And so I want to stand by it in solidarity. But like the whole video was about talking about Elo Hell, how it's not really real, about how people kind of invent Elo Hell for themselves and then believe in it because it's an excuse and all of these things, but it really isn't real. Thank you for the follow, Roses. Welcome in. And then, yeah, it's a video that I really did enjoy. Really did enjoy getting to make, but it was also kind of stressful. Let's talk about layoffs. Also one of the greats. This one was about the layoffs at Blizzard right after the Microsoft acquisition, talking about how it was all about short, medium, and long-term effects of layoffs. And it compared them to what happened in my province of Alberta when Ralph Klein, asshole, dead in hell, he cut all of our public funds, all of our public services. Education has never recovered. He governed when I was in like kindergarten. Like I think he stopped governing in 2004, but like we're still experiencing healthcare shortcomings and education shortcomings because of his cuts. And so the video is talking about like what happens in the short term after big layoffs, what happens in the medium term, what happens long term. This video flopped. I think it's because it's a hideous thumbnail, valid, but I think it's one of my better ones. Just Say Magic exists in Overwatch. This was the first video that cracked 100,000 views ever since Survivorship Bias, which if you can recall was way back here. This isn't necessarily a placement. This is just, but like we had to go from here all the way up to here to get to 100,000 views again. Took a long time. Just Say Magic exists in Overwatch was one that it was a members' choice poll topic. It actually lost a bunch of times, which is why I was surprised it did so well when it finally came out. But it got ripped off by some dipshit TikToker, which I thought was funny, who like word for word ripped off a bunch of my arguments and then like never responded. That was fun. But yeah, this one's at like 214,000 views. It did really, really well. Got a bunch of weebs mad at me because I was like, it's weird to just keep making Japan magic. Actually, it has to go into this category. It did well enough. Now, there's not much to say about it, I feel like, because it's a pretty straightforward one, but I think it's a good video of mine. The next one is, I did a study to gaslight my audience for science and personal entertainment. This video took me an entire, like, all I did for a month was work on this video. For people who haven't seen it, what I did was I was asking people to rank the strength of Overwatch characters. I think it was 1 to 10 or 1 to 5. I can't remember. I sent them the survey, they ranked it, and then I would send them another one. And for one group, they were the control group, and I would just send them like another relevant, like I would send them all the same details where it'd be like, I'd lie and say that this is what low rank players said, what Overwatch content creators said, what mid rank players said, what I said, and then what high rank players said. And it was meant to see like if it would pull their results closer to whatever, or push them away from certain respondents. One group was a control group, they got the same numbers. One group, and this is why it took me all fucking month, and it was literally all I did. I woke up, went to my computer, worked on it, and then went to sleep. Was it was customized. So I had a Google sheet where I was doing formulas to try and give the exact answer that I thought would force them from whatever their starting position was the most. It was a very good video. One of my friends, after I revealed to him what the purpose of it was like, can you take me out of that? I'm kind of embarrassed. But then he was fine with it. But like, yeah, so this falls into the category of my gaslighting studies. I feel like the only reason why it goes to 8, that one, is because I have such a negative memory of working on it, because it was so much.
You're easily impressed.
Thank you for the follow, Has. Welcome in. How are you doing? Oh shit, an ad's about to run and I don't have a snooze for it. Here, we're gonna run a long ad, and then we just won't move forward for a little bit, but then we'll just sit here and chat. Sorry, we snoozed it a bunch of times and I ran out of options for it. But yeah, God, I've made so many videos. So I should check out my comments and make sure that there's not like a bunch of them being held. But yeah, it's God, there's so much happening here. Dun, dun, dun. Also, we're gonna be playing Fortnite tomorrow, because I want to play the collab. Contracts don't mean gaslight study. I mean, I think the thing is, I'm probably not going to do a gaslight study next year. I think I had a study. Actually, one study that I've kind of wanted to do is like getting people to try and guess how much they actually think any of these YouTube videos make. Because I remember after the Just Say Magic video came out, one of my friends had left me like, I was in their chat and I was like, hey, like I was talking about it and they're like, yeah, like your video's doing really well. Like if you're making more off of that than I'm making off of my, out of my job. And I was like, no, I do not make more from my videos than anyone makes from their job. Like some videos in isolation have made enough money to like replace a job if every video made that much money. Or like if I could consistently get that like once every few months. Like Inescapable made a lot of money, relatively speaking. But I don't want to talk about the details because I want to do a study where it's like, I want to see what people guess. Like I want to do sort of like the jelly beans in a jar sort of thing. Because I want to also like be transparent about how much money I make from this stuff and talk about that. Thank you for the follow, Jolly Cat Show. Welcome in. Sorry that you're getting hit with ads. I promise they're almost over. But yeah, I wanted to do that because I think it would be an interesting way to sort of correct the record, be transparent about earnings. And also just like kind of fun because like a lot of YouTubers, even the ones who do kind of offer a bit of a breakdown in terms of like how much they make, like Swell Entertainment, Amanda Golka is one of the creators that I really look to for that because she does great work with that. I don't think she still does those videos anymore because I think she kind of got to the point where she felt like they were humble brags. But it was, I kind of wanted to do it in the style of her video and talk about that and also give people a chance to sort of like see how well their assumptions hold up, because a lot of people think that they'll get it right, and when they watch the study videos they assume they would have not fallen for it because they weren't in it. So they're like, oh, of course I never would have done that. I would have been fine. Like I totally wouldn't have fallen for whatever the trick is here. I would have stuck to my guns and kept answering the same thing. And it's like, so the dozens of people who also responded also thought that. Like, hold on, let me get a drink of this real quick. I love you too, Ernst. What you are. Thank you. I am what I am. Yes, I appreciate this. We're going to be doing a lot of streams this month, so there'll be a lot to tune into. Okay, ads over. And also, we've been putting on, I didn't even realize that the next video is the best one, or at least the one that most people have watched and is my most popular by a lot. Also, I should mention, the Just Say Magic Exists in Overwatch. I think it's my fourth most or third most viewed video right now. Second most is Sexualizing Men. We'll get to that. First most is Inescapable, which is up next. The gaslighting study fucking flop. Every video that released around these two big tentpole ones, tremendous flop. It took me months to get 10K views on another video again. It was so funny. Hey, excuse me. Hey, Golem. Big one on the copy. Yeah, the Inescapable one. I thought this video, because I got Inescapable for my birthday, not my birthday, Christmas from my brother, who said, because you said you liked that game, it's kind of like this. Or because you were talking about that game, that was kind of like this. I thought he meant Danganronpa. I thought it was a sincere gift. Turns out he bought it because he thought it looked like shit and was like, I think you'll enjoy ripping this to shreds. Because he was talking about when I talked about Zero Time Dilemma and how much fun I'd had ripping that apart with people. So it turns out that like he did get what he paid for, but it was still too much. But yeah, got that for me for Christmas. It was one of the first games I started playing last year, like right at the beginning of the year. And fucking awful game. I mean, there's obviously no question. S plus video. There's definitely some editing mistakes with it. It's a very long video. Inescapable is the worst game I've ever played, and I'm making that your problem now. Some parts where like I just forgot to edit stuff because I was so crunched to try and get it done. I was like, there's points when I'm like, this looks like this, and then there's just nothing on screen because I fucked up. But like that video, I started working on it. I finished the first route of it, which was, I think it was Suspicion. And then I went and wrote the script on it because I was like supervising my dad's shop that day because he just was waiting for a package or whatever. And I wrote like probably about 45 minutes of the script. Watch List Meaning to Watch. Hell yeah. Yeah, that one is one of mine. That one got me in touch with so many artists who I also am hoping to commission for art. The one that I'm really excited for is not to like jump ahead too much, but like Diz Dudes is the other big, like Diz Dudes, Gasai, and Still are like kind of my big three artists from like a long time ago. And so Diz is eventually going to do a piece of the 2.0 and I'm so excited for it. It's gonna be so good. But yeah, Inescapable is just like, just a bad game that just piled on. And like, and again, I'm going to talk about it in the video about being a hater, but like, I don't love to just default to that. Like I didn't want that to be my reputation. That was part of why I didn't make the Zero Time Dilemma video when I could have before. Like, but Inescapable was so fucking bad and I was so annoyed. And then I kept playing it because I was like, I wrote the script. I wasn't planning on finishing the other routes. And then I was like, no, I want this to be thorough. I need it to be thorough. So we went back and played the other 3 routes. And then I made this video and it was just, I legit thought, because it's 3 hours long, I thought no one would watch it. I thought it would get like maybe a couple thousand views or that people would say I'm being too mean, which some people did say that, but also a lot of comments got edited. They were like, that's Sri Lanka. Exactly. Game dies with the controller. Also true. God, there have been few times where I've been like genuinely, truly angry on stream. That was one of them. I was so fucking mad. Like, but yeah, I thought that video would get a few thousand views. I was pretty confident it could get to be the most viewed video on Inescapable because the most viewed was by, I can't remember her name. She makes a bunch of visual novel videos. And it had like, I think 10, 20,000 views. So I was like, I could maybe hit that. And it initially didn't do great. And then it really took off. Over the VoDs. Yeah, no, anyone who hasn't watched the VoDs, it's so much worse than you think. Like I've had people in the comments on the VoDs because a lot of those VoDs also get a lot of watch or views. And there are people who in those comments on those VoDs who are like, you could have gone harder. I thought you were too harsh, but like having sat through the experience of it, you could have been meaner. And I'm like, yeah, I could have. But also like the production behind that game, like people at Dreamloop know about that game. They have seen it. They have heard about it. The voice actors have seen and heard about it, which I do feel kind of bad about. I think if there's one thing I regret about it, it's that I went too hard on some voice actors. Nothing happens. Yeah. I don't know why the algorithm pushed it. Like it was such a weird, because it's never promoted any of my other niche videos. Like the Quantum Redshift one flopped. We're gonna get to the Fusion Frenzy one, flopped. The Buried Stars one initially flopped. It's done, like that one has been like a slow but steady one for a long time. But like usually when I talk about a niche subject, it really doesn't do well. Well, like I think it's because watch time, because that one's a very long video and a few people who watched it early watched for a long time. And then from there, it just kind of snowballs. But this is still, to this day, it has been the most viewed video of every month except for like 4 or 5. Like it's almost always the most viewed of the last 48 hours. It's always in the top 3, even when I put out 2 videos at the same time. Like it is, yeah, still like hold on, let me check. Let me find what this says. My analytics. Actually, how's the new video doing? I guess I should probably keep an eye on that too, huh? The new video currently has 834 views in the last 48 hours. Inescapable has 930. The defensive V3 has 336 in third place. I'm kind of in a flop era on YouTube right now, but hopefully the new model will bring in some people. It is like, there are definitely, again, like I don't really watch many of my videos. I have watched that Inescapable video back, and there are, again, some points where I'm like, I wish I'd done this differently, or I'd thought about this more, or taken my time, but like, I really stand by it. It's my legacy on the internet. It has like 547,000 views, I think, right now. And like, as far as legacies go, it's better than fucking Survivorship Bias, which nobody remembers anymore and wasn't really all that good of a video in the first place. Like, it was good, but it wasn't like, I've never felt like that one deserved 250,000 views. I feel like the Inescapable video deserves 500,000 views, and I'm very happy about that. Anyways, Gaming, Resource Extraction, and You, which was also, or was properly titled How Video Games Can Distort Your Perception of Real World Resources. This one's a flop for personal reasons, and we're moving on. Next video is Microsoft abandoned Fusion Frenzy, and I'm still mad about it. S tier, again, people don't watch the videos that I make about the games I loved as a child. Quantum Redshift, Fusion Frenzy, both of these videos are great. They are both about early original Xbox titles that got fucked over by Microsoft. But like, God, fuck. And also, Fusion Frenzy, fun fact, this was also a Donathon reward from because this was around my birthday. So this one was a Donathon reward where I made the video live on stream. Like, wrote the script on stream, recorded the audio for it, recorded the gameplay for it, edited it. All of that stuff was all on stream, then released it at the end of those streams. And that was really fun. I think that's one of the Donathon rewards for this one as well. Like, if we hit it that, that'll be what it gets. But that one's really good. Drag Queens, VTubers, and Jesters Privilege. Also S+. And for a couple of reasons. One, I think it's a very good video. Two, it's the video that convinced a lot of... thank you for the follow, Megama Busta. Welcome in. It convinced a lot of other VTubers that I was friends with to actually watch my videos, which I think is really funny. Donathon for so long. I'm still catching up on that Donathon, I think. There's still some... I mean, a bunch of the emotes that are coming out with this are ones from that. But I also still need to do a karaoke stream. Still need to do the Virtual Killing Academy Series 2, which, like, I've got the stuff for it. It's been so busy. Was from this one. I'm going to be better at managing my time. Honestly, I would have caught up on everything if not for the V3 video. We'll get to that. But that one legitimately fucked me up bad. That one, I bit off so much more than I could chew with that. And especially right when I started a new job. But anyways, Drag Queens, Jesters, or VTubers and Jesters Privilege was really interesting to talk about. It's a topic that I've thought about for a long time. And also, yeah, I got a lot of other VTubers to actually watch my stuff. And I thought that was kind of funny. Plus also, it was a Donathon reward for Puppo. Puppo picked it and it got put in the members' choice polls, and then it got picked. And that's always nice. Buried Stars and how character design tells stories. Again, look, maybe I'm being too charitable. I think this is also one of my best ones. Buried Stars is great. I need my channel members to lock the fuck in and actually pick the Buried Stars topic this month, because it's been like a year of them almost picking it and then changing their minds. But I think this one is great. And I think one of the coolest things about this video is if you've watched the video pretty early on, I said like this. Thank you for the follow, Teal Snow. There's so many new followers. Oh my God, welcome in. Thank you, Teal Snow. Early on in the video, I said something along the lines of like, I don't usually say this, but if you haven't played this game, go play it up to the first ending or go watch the VoDs, because it's only going to spoil up to that point, because I want you to still play this game, even if you do get spoiled by this. But it will be so much more impactful for you if you go and watch, like, experience it yourself. And YouTube allows me to see like the retention on videos, so I can see like, you know, at what point people stopped watching, what points people have rewatched a few times. And on the Buried Stars one, let me see actually what the drop is, because I can tell where I said that, because it drops off really hard right at that one point. Set it at about 3 minutes in. At that point, there was still like 53% retention. Immediately, about a quarter of the people who were watching stopped watching to go check it out. But then it has almost constant retention throughout the entire rest of the video, which I think is very cool. And a lot of people who like Buried Stars have found the video and are very positive about it. I love Buried Stars. This is not a secret. The game deserves better. Everyone should go watch that video. Everyone should go play that game. How do you make non-binary characters is the next one. I think this was the members' choice poll. I think it was also the like most support any members' choice topic got. This one and Overwatch 2 and queer representation. One of the most surprising things about this video, very positive response. It has like 28,000 views and like a 97.3% like to dislike ratio, which, like, talking about non-binary character design, I thought this video was gonna get fucking brigaded. I was so worried. yeah, I really like this one. It was a fun one to talk about. It was a cool one to kind of go over. God, a lot of these are pretty high up. I feel like part of it is also I got better over time, and also recency bias kind of affects me too. But I like that one. It was fun. I also got to wax Sasha again, which, you know, why not? Then we've got Nobody's Learned from Overwatch's Original Sin. Did something for somebody. This was kind of a short video, like spur of the moment. It was like the shortest one I put out last year, I think. It was like 12 minutes long. Talking about how no one learned about no one has learned the lesson from what happened with Overwatch, where they like had a really unbalanced roster in terms of roles right at the jump, and they're still trying to correct for it, because this was when Marvel Rivals was still in alpha, I think. And so it's was talking about that, was talking about Supervive, and just kind of, you know, role distribution stuff. It's fine, but it was also kind of just like a quick video because I wanted to make one. How Your Turn to Die makes choices count. I mean, also a very good one. This one is also almost exactly the same length as the Spike Jumps Off video, actually. Hour and 43 minutes long. This is one of, I think, wait, hold on. Is it 4 or 5 videos now that have crossed 100K? I think it's only 4, isn't it? Let me see. I can't remember some of this stuff. Body, I'm naughty, not even sorry. And when you pull up, I pull up a little late to the party. La 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 la. Sorry, my voice is a little fried. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 videos have crossed 100K. This is the only one that hasn't crossed 200K out of those. But I really love this one. This one just goes chapter by chapter through Your Turn to Die, how it makes the choices of each chapter count, how it makes choice like a relevant concept for you. I fucking love it. The ending of this game is supposed to be coming out this year. I'm so excited for it. I did have to have Puppa with me when I played the game. Puppa was just like holding my hand because I'm such a fucking coward. And also he was with me while I was getting the footage for the game because I still would get scared. There's a whole video about that coming out on Halloween, which that one's going to be a fun one. I am a coward. Look, literally the title of the video is like, I can't handle horror and it makes me miserable. But like, that one's going to be, because like Your Turn to Die isn't even all that scary. Also, some people got really mad at me because they were like, oh, there's spoilers in the thumbnail. It's like, first of all, the parts of the game that this is spoiling are either like, this is so vague that you wouldn't really notice it. Like, it's very like, if you don't know the game, you're not going to really realize what that means. But also like, not all of these happen for every player because choice. This thumbnail went through a few revisions because I couldn't find one that looked nice. This is when I started using the font that's called Door Blue, I think, right around here. I think it was originally for this one because it was a member's choice poll. I used to use a font called Jura for all of them, which you can see in a lot of the older videos. And also I think Work Sans was the really old one. But Door Blue is just the Danganronpa font, which I started using for, I don't even remember when it was that what was the first video that used it? Was it the non-binary representation? I think it must have been. Or no, yeah, I guess it was. But yeah, I like this one a lot though. I'm very happy with the Your Turn to Die one. How nostalgia is ruining the 5v5 versus 6v6 debate. I'm putting this in F. Actually, no, I have to stand by this one. It goes up in A because I ate that one. I was correct. I got so much fucking hate. I think it's my like worst. Like it's my only one below 90%. It's at 87.2%. I got so many people who are like, "Oh, you're just saying it's all nostalgia," which I never did. But people don't watch the video. They just get mad at what they think you said, and I'm still bitter about it, which is why it goes higher because I don't even think it's that good of a video. Like, I think I could have done better. I just kind of wanted to make a quick video about how I thought that the topic of nostalgia was fucking up the discussion. And then everyone got mad at me and were being jackasses in my comments. So I was like, okay, fine, fuck all of you. So now it goes up there. Time loops, roguelikes, and how genres blend. This one was a member's choice one. I believe this was also a Donathon reward topic. I really like this video. I think it's really, really good. I think it's really, really interesting. It taught me a lot because I hadn't really learned about this stuff. Hey, Puppeteer. I love this video. I think it was very, very good. Yeah, it's brand new for today. But yeah, I think the timeless one, it flopped too. This was a flop era for me on YouTube for sure. This was August of 2024. But I think this one was this is a video I really, really liked making. It got me more into time loops. I played Deadloop for it, or Deadloop? Am I stupid? I'm having a stroke. Anyways, I played it for this. And like, I learned a lot because like I initially thought that I was going to talk about how they kind of have blended into one genre in a way, but like it kind of became more about how they're oil and water and how they sort of can't really overlap very well. That was really fun. Our tolerance to getting gouged is going up. I think I ate that one. This one was good. This one was also a Donathon reward topic. Your TED Talks are so good. Thank you, Tori. I'm glad you like them. Strike medals came on their way. I can't afford that. Not in Danielle Smith's Alberta. Our tolerance to getting gouged is going up. This was a Donathon reward topic for Kumio, who also was debuting a new model, I think, right around now, which was very, very good. But yeah, it's the video is all. A lot of people kind of didn't really realize that I was talking about getting like price gouged and thought that I was talking about like physical violence because that was like getting your eyes gouged out is how they were used to seeing that term. And I was like, that's on me. I probably should have been more clear with my writing. I just realized you guys can't see the new or the remaining topics anymore because it's the categories have gotten too long. Oh well. But anyways, I think that one was a good video. I liked it. I got to talk about horse armor. I have been correct. Another one that's aged incredibly well in my opinion, but not really a hard horse to bet on. That monetization is going to keep getting worse. Why listen to the players doesn't work. Also ate that one. I think this one is a very solid video. Pretty straightforward concept, but it was talking about why player feedback doesn't really work the way people think it does, why it's not that easy. And I think it was just a really solid video. I ate that one. Now, the next two videos, these were, yeah, they've still kind of flopped. They're both under 10K still. I think that the next two videos are the two best videos I've ever put out back to back. And they're both going in S tier as a result, or S+. So the first one, the myth of the Overwatch killer, talking about why nothing is actually the Overwatch killer, talking about Marvel Rival, it's talking about all this shit. Goes into all of this. It became this really big topic about how like sort of the Hunchback of Notre Dame, this will kill that, the novel will kill the edifice. Like it really did too much with it, but it was a fucking fun video to make. I got to dive into all these subjects about architecture, about language, about communication, and my degree is a Bachelor of Professional Arts in Communication, so like it's a real point of fascination for me. I think this actually came out right around when I graduated. No, I graduated the year before around this time, but very, very good. The second one is the Pinkertons and how games rewrite history. Fucking banger video. Argue with the wall. This one is great. It flopped tremendously, but I love it. I was so broke at this point, but I wanted to talk about Red Dead Redemption 2. So I borrowed money from Puppo to buy it and play it. And I was recording my time for like an hour and 55 minutes to try and get as much footage as I could. And then refunded the game and like paid Puppo back. It's such a good video. I like deep diving into the Pinkertons, talking about BioShock Infinite, talking about Red Dead Redemption 2. It was also because we just finished playing Process of Elimination. And Process of Elimination features the Pinkertons in a very weird way. And that was really what inspired it. But that video, again, it's up there with like Quantum Redshift, where like, because most of the videos that are in this top category, people have probably watched. But like this one and Quantum Redshift are the ones that people are least likely to have watched that I think they should. They're really good videos, I think. Next video is, oh wait, hold on. Sorry, that's not the category. I don't think I need to move to the next page so I can see the title. Pinkies are different than Pinkertons. And it's complicated. But yeah, it was a really the Pinkertons are also just a fascinating organization to learn about. The Process of Elimination video, by the way, is still coming. It's in progress. It's just, again, it's been a long one and I've had to work on this debut. But it should be out next month, I think. It's mostly written. Cyberpunk 2077 and the importance of understanding your genre. This one was originally a Members' Choice video, like back when I first started doing them, and it flopped every time, so it didn't get picked. But then someone for their Donathon reward was able to bring back a dead topic, and they picked this one. Sub badges so much. Thank you. Those ones were designed by, what was it? It was, those are Enso. Enso's stuff is like one of the only things I've really kept around this whole time. It's very cool. Thanks, Wiz. Yeah, it's a Process of Elimination is a fascinating game to try and think more about. Yeah. Do you think boobs are out? Yes, exactly. I can send you the other refs for it actually also if you're like, aw. That's so good. Thank you. Oh wait. Oh, Zing to the back. Oh, that's so cool. God, people are posting all the art now. Right before I went live, I had to like DM, because all the artists who I've worked with on all of this stuff so far, I've been like, don't post the art until the day. Like I've been like, guys, we have to keep the secret. Like, please don't ruin the surprise for me. Everyone has been like very helpful and very accommodating. I've been so appreciative of them. But now all of the art is getting posted all at once. And it's, I mean, the rollout is working out kind of exactly how I intended, minus the video not really doing as well as I'd expected. Actually, speaking of, any comments on that one that I have to approve? Hi, Looney Frinkle Boom. Boobs are boobing. That is so true. How you doing? It's like a reward. Yeah, let's see here. Cyberpunk 2077 and the importance of understanding your genre. That was the one. It initially got dropped and then someone brought it back and then it got picked, I think, on its first time back. I think it's like not my best, not my worst. Cyberpunk is not a genre that I'm as familiar with as some stuff. Thank you for the hydration check. And I think it shows where like there are some areas where I didn't know as much as I wish I did before making the video. But like overall, I think it was pretty good. It talks about the themes that I wanted to talk about. Like the things I didn't know as much about were like secondary things, whereas the stuff that was important to the video, I think I understood pretty well, which is the main thing. But let me just drink this real quick. It's going down. I had to commission more background music. Also, honestly, the amount of money that's been spent on commissions that I couldn't post, that was disastrous for me. Oh my God, what is happening here? Son of Descendants, I come out to play one either way. Also, if people have seen the Miro art over on Twitter, part of the reason, like that one was one of the first ones I got and was very like, and it's a very different body type. And that was kind of one where I had to like get used to it. Yeah. Okay. Next video is, how microtransactions are hurting character design. And the thumbnail just says, it's getting worse and it won't get better. This was one of my most successful videos of last year. And it kind of just popped off out of nowhere. Again, very easy to be right about monetization. Very easy to be right about how it's going to get worse. And especially with Overwatch, where I think like they really are pushing the limits. Also, sorry, I feel like I need to like stop tilting so hard to the side, but that's where my second monitor is. So I apologize. That's where all my chat and everything is. But yeah, that video did well. I think it was a member's choice one, but it was also like that one I knew was going to do well because like obviously it was going to do well. Next topic is C9 and how gamers construct language. Also, wait, that one. I don't know what to say about it. It was like, this one was a really interesting one. It was talking about how language gets created in general. It was talking about sort of like the process of new words. It was really like, it was a really fun one to work on. Again, communications degree coming through. I feel like there's not a ton to say about it, but I think it's also because it's more recent. It was actually the last video released last year. Everything from here on is 2025 release. But yeah, I think that one was, that was a very good video. I was very happy with it. It was a very fun one to make. And yeah. The next one is stop changing the game for the sake of changing it, or how balance patches can make balance worse. I feel like I'm being too kind to myself because I'm putting a lot of stuff higher up. But also like, I think it also fits in this category of like, I stood by it. Yeah, like it is really interesting. The language evolution stuff is very cool to me. Like there's an old book, I think I referenced it in the video. It's, I think, Fringle or something like that, where it's about a kid who like fights with his teacher about descriptive versus prescriptive words, like how language evolves, and decides, or it's Frindle, I think. And the kid names a pencil a Frindle and gets the whole class on board. They only refer to pencils as Frindles. Eventually it ends up in the dictionary. It's a whole thing. Like it's a really interesting book. But ever since then, I've kind of been fascinated with it. And so that was a really cool one to kind of get to talk about that stuff. How balance patches can make balance worse. Again, I think it was good. Some people got mad at me about it because I don't know, people misinterpret some of these. But like overall, I think that one was a pretty fine video. It was the first one of 2025. Sort of on a solid note. Why everyone agrees that sounds important. This was also a Donathon reward added into the members' choice polls that lost a lot of times and eventually got picked. I think I'm saying 8 this one or 8 that one, but also I'm going to stand by it because I don't want to put too many up high. I think I've already kind of put too many probably up high, but like it's my videos, so I'll do what I want, I guess. But yeah, the sound one, honestly, my biggest regret about this one is that I haven't had the time to do subtitles on a lot of videos recently. And meant to. That video was supposed to be my commitment of like, I'm going to not only keep doing it going forward, but also do it on past ones. And YouTube's shit has just not been cooperating. It keeps on deleting my progress on them. And so I haven't been able to get much done. I need to just find, I need to pay someone to do it, honestly, if I can afford it. But that one was also one that I thought was another topic where like, because originally it was suggested to be kind of like talking about the importance of sound, but then it was kind of like, well, everyone like, that's not really all that interesting because everyone kind of already agrees that sound's important. But then I was like, well, maybe that's the thing then, is that like the angle of how is this something that has consensus? Thank you for the follow, Joseph. Welcome in. God, I keep reading that. The breast, boobs, jugs, and titties are in fact still out. Wild. But yeah, next one, because we're getting close to when we're supposed to be playing games with people. Overwatch's rise, fall, and redemption, or the narrative being constructed around the rise and fall of Overwatch. I feel like this is just sort of me. Like, I think a lot of my videos are good, but like over time I've gotten better at making them. So I think less of them fall into the lower category. This one was really fun to make. It was really good. It was really interesting. Hey, Stitch. Thank you. Thank you. Because I did such a good job with it. I'm very happy with it myself. How are you doing? Yeah, I think the narrative being constructed around Overwatch, that was a really interesting one to make. Wasn't sure how people were going to respond to it because it was when people were, this was when like the big overhaul to how Overwatch's narrative was, like people were like, oh wait, Overwatch is good now. Like all the overhauls to all that shit. Hey, Deja Vu. Yeah, it's brand new. It just debuted today. This is the first stream with it. How you doing? Yeah, that video I think was one of the rare times I've actually been able to get something out on a timely manner, and I thought it was really good. Yes, that is exactly why, because it looks so similar to this one. If you watch the video where I talked about it, that, yeah. Learning the language of games. This one I think was Aston, wasn't it? Made this as this was the members' choice poll from a Donathon reward, I think, that got picked. And learning the language of games. Honestly, this one I think goes up here, honestly. I don't want to put a million in this category, but also I do think this one is like a little bit better than the others. It was a really fun one to make. The Culling, a cautionary tale about audience feedback and history. I think was actually, hold on, what's the title of it? Cautionary tale about audience input and history. I ate that one. Solid video. Big fan of this one. It's very good. Going into the Culling, talking about the poor decisions that were made for it. Just a solid video. I'm glad that my members picked it. The next one, topical. How to actually sexualize a male character. I don't know if you can tell. If you go back and watch this video, you can tell that I was working on my 2.0 throughout a lot of it, because there's a lot of things from that video incorporated into this. But this got me in contact with a bunch of really cool artists that I really like. Like a lot of them would like followed me on Twitter, on Blue Sky, and they'd reach out and be like, "Oh my god, I love the video," and I was like, "Oh my god, like you guys are so popular." And it was very cool, and it was also very rewarding to have like people who actually understand character design. Because like this is the thing, is sometimes I'm kind of talking about my analysis of a subject, but I'm not like a subject matter expert. You know what I mean? And so like I'm not an architect. So I'll talk about architecture, but I try my best to learn, and I get worried that like actual professionals are going to be a little bit like, are going to say like, no, you fucked up. But I had a lot of people who are very good at sexualizing men comment on that video or message me and be like, you did good here. And that one was nice. Yeah, well, because like, and this is the thing too, the drag queens, VTubers, and Jester's privilege was very like that for VTubers that I know, where they were like, wait, Viv makes like videos, because it showed up on a bunch of their feeds. Yeah, I think I remember you mentioning that, and I was like, yeah, like that's kind of what I do. That's where like the model's mostly for. Like streaming is kind of the secondary thing. But I don't like to like talk about my YouTube channel because I feel like I'm being arrogant or like being pushy because it's done well, and I don't want to be like, yeah, I have like so many subscribers, when I really, I don't know. I feel like it's better to just talk to people. Also, after that video, I want this on the record. Never let it be said that I'm going to shamelessly capitalize on success, that I'm going to just cash in, that I'm going to grift or anything like that. Because if I wanted to, there would have been a half dozen other videos about hot men right after this one, and I would have made a fucking buck. Because this video did far better than I expected. It is, I think, the third most viewed video on the channel right now. Let me check and see again. It's past 250,000 views now, I believe. So I have to check on here. Knocking you out like... Oh, second most viewed. 269,000 views versus survivorship bias at 261. Can you believe that like the fifth video I put out is my third most viewed still? And like the third video I put out, the Overwatch, a failure in expanding a universe, that one's sixth. Insane. But yeah, after the survivorship bias or sexualizing men video, I didn't put out another video for like 3 months because I was working on this fucking V3 abomination, which was selected by my channel members a year ago. It was selected in the bonus members choice poll from the Donathon of last year in October. It is like the length of a novel. I think it's like 70, 80,000 words long, somewhere in there. The video itself is, I think, how long was it again? 6 hours long, almost. It's 1 minute shy of 6 hours. Also talking about, yeah, the sexualizing men video got a lot more ground than I was expecting. Also, I know that there were a bunch of VTubers who were kicking themselves because I posted on Twitter and I was like, hey, by the way, like male VTubers, offer me your design so I can like put them in this video. And I know for a fact there were some people who were upset at themselves for not doing it because they didn't think I was important enough. And they can get fucked. Because they thought I was too small a creator, because on Twitter and Twitch, I'm not that big. But on YouTube, and unlike Twitch and Twitter, my videos stick around. Also, anyway, the V3 video, abomination. Only thing I worked on for like, it took 9 months from when it was picked to when it was out. I wrote most of it in like November and December of last year. It was right after I had surgery, which maybe not the best time to work on a video. Then I got a new job and it was just this massive video that like I had to keep on working on, keep trying to chop down. There's like tons and tons of footage. Again, 6 hours of finished video means about 7 hours of recording time. And I had to go through, cut all of that up, find everything, get all the graphics, try and put everything up. Honestly, I'm shocked I didn't make more mistakes, but I learned from Inescapable. There's a couple mistakes, but like overall, very proud of that video. It's got like 47,000 views, which is like pretty solid. You know, hell yeah. Your design's not boring. Nobody's design is too boring. I think it's all about what fits you. And I like your design, Aston. But yeah, the V3 video, I mean, what more is there to say? It's iconic. It's legend. It is the moment. Now, come on now, all that good stuff. Honestly, I'm very glad it came out before the 2x2 video because then people would say like, oh, you're just going off of that. No, I predicted that shit. Again, instance of me aging well. Me and my content, I guess, aging well. Because that announcement could have gone very differently and could have not been on my side. I put out that I wrote most of that video before the 100 line came out. And the 100 line also very much so validated basically all my feelings about V3. Kadaka, love you. Thank you so much for like making me breathe a sigh of relief. So excited for 2x2. 100 line video. Oh yeah, absolutely. I want to put it out by the end of the year. That's just like 100 lines should be game of the year, but it's not going to be because it's so fucking good. Next video, given the soundtrack, I'm obsessed with, or I have a lot of feelings about K-pop Demon Hunters and I'm making that your problem. I feel like it's ate that one because like it's a good video, but also it's mostly just me like being very excited about a movie, which I feel like isn't on par with like some of the analysis I do in the other videos. You know what I mean? But I love that one. I got art specifically commissioned for it. I worked very hard on it. I was very worried I was going to get copyright claimed. It was a lot of fun. K-pop Demon Hunters, how it's done for real. And then this is also where we get into the point where like, because I didn't make any videos for 3 months with V3, so I had a backlog of stuff, and that's kind of where we start getting into this. Hey, Tenchi, thank you. Fair enough, Aston. But yeah, I like that video. I just think I don't want to put it too high because I don't think it's like as critical. It's more just like, it's a pop song of a video. But yeah, next one. Biting the Wax, what it means to fall for queerbaiting. This one gets S+ purely because Biting the Wax, I think is so fucking good. I'm so right. I'm so correct. It's so fucking funny. It's a perfect analogy for falling for queerbaiting. And I think it's a very good video besides. I really like how that one turned out. We're in the final 5 videos that I've put out recently. That's crazy. Next one is how queerness moved from horror to healer. This was a Donathon reward topic. The original topic was just going to be like talking about horror and queer people and our relationship to it. But like, I was kind of like, I think I've maybe done too much, or like too many people have made a video like that. And I don't think I have anything to offer. But then I was like, well, how do we talk about how queerness moved like into this healer role? How that's kind of become the stereotype with games now where like, oh, gays play, like bottoms play Mercy and all this stuff. And that I think was where it became really interesting. I'm putting this one up here. That one was a companion video double released with this one. They were both supposed to come out in Pride and then got delayed. I studied into who the girls, gays, and theys main and why. This one was not gaslighting, but everyone thought it was going to be because I like gaslighting people. Also, I'm realizing we're running low on time before the next thing, so we're going to keep going. But the study video, I thought this was very good. These two thumbnails, they match up with each other really well. Lesbian pride flag, gay pride flag. The lesbians did in fact win it out. That video did very well. I'm very glad. It was very fun to talk about. I wish I had more respondents, but also part of the video was about, you know, what happens when you don't have enough respondents. Hey, JC, it is the Viveros. New and improved. How are you? But yeah, I think these two videos, I really like them. They came out together. They were, in my mind, very much so a pair, and I really liked them. What do we have? 5 minutes. We can do this. Eyes Bust. Hell yeah. That's what we're here for. Next video is Elite Beat Agents and the games we lose to changing console gimmicks. I think I ate that one. I don't think it's like my best video. It was a fun one to make. It was an easy one to make. It was a relatively short one, I think. 24 minutes, yeah. One of my shortest ones this year, actually. I think it was actually the shortest one this year. Up until the one that'll come after this, which was also shorter by like 10 seconds. But yeah, talking about Elite Beat Agents, good game, loved it. I want to do a stream of it sometime and like play it, but also it's so fucking hard to do on mouse and keyboard. You guys have no idea. Let's do videos. Hell yeah. I mean, the most recent one is in the pinned comment if you want to figure out how we revealed the new model. Hey, Asher, how are you? Don't worry, we're going to be getting to the next stuff soon, I promise. Wait, let me see. Where's the sign up thing for this? I need to see who all is actually playing. Yeah, awesome. Perfect. Okay. We will do that soon. I think everyone who's playing should get in this Discord server, I think is probably the best way to do that. Nothing to ask. Run up, become. Anyways, 2 more videos to rate. Next one is mythical Pokemon are a bad idea. It's only become worse with time. Again, I think recency bias makes it too hard to like evaluate that one super critically because like, excuse me, it's brand new. But like, I think it's very good. I think it was more like an angry vent about like what's frustrated me since I was a kid. Like it felt good to get that off my chest. So the new emotes want to spam. There's a lot of good. Aston made that one. The wiggle dance. Yeah, there's a bunch of good ones in there. I was so excited to finally have, because I had so few for so long because I didn't have the money for it, and then I stopped. Then I was like, well, now I don't want to like get new ones for the 1.0 because I'm going to be updating it soon. Speaking of, the most recent video that's come out, I'm putting it in S tier because it's a debut and I worked so hard on it. I think it's very good. You should watch it. It's in the pinned comment. But yeah, this video, I talked about it earlier as well, but the plan had always been to put out a new, like, I have a few video topics that have been saved specifically for when I get a new model or something like that. Or like when I want to talk about a specific thing I'm going to do for my content. Overwatch 2 and how Overwatch 2's character design is carrying the game. That one was always planned for, as soon as I had the idea of VTubing, had the idea for the video, that was always in mind. Squidgy can attest to that because he was like the only person I talked to around then about my content stuff because I didn't want to annoy people. I didn't have many friends. But that one was always the plan for that. And the sequel makeover, that has always been the plan for when I get a 2.0, was talking about how Overwatch 2 changed the designs. Also, if anyone wants to join the server, it should be, I hope I have this set up. Yes, the model is going to be in videos. It's already in one that's coming out tomorrow. It's going to be in a bunch of them. It's going to be good. I mean, most of the comments have been mostly positive. I don't think anyone, it hasn't been like a mass exodus of subscribers or anything, which is good. But yeah, I'm very proud of the video. I put in a lot of work on it. I think it turned out how I wanted it to. It was a little bit scary, a little bit touch and go because there was a lot of artists to kind of wrangle together. It was a lot of stuff to like put together last minute. There were some things that were still changing, like not 12 hours, I guess 16 hours ago, give or take. And so it was a stressful one, but I think it came out well and I'm very happy with it. And I'm excited to move on to the new 2.0 stuff. And look at that. We got done like just in time. So yeah, so this is I mean, you can't really see the bottom tier, but it's just didn't watch yet, which doesn't really apply to me because I made them. But yeah, I think any video that's in the S+ tier, I can recommend watching. Thank you for the head injuries. In particular, Quantum Redshift and the games that lose, as well as the Pinkertons and how games rewrite history. I think those two are the ones that people are least likely to have watched before and should go watch because I think they deserve better. But so fast. Zoom, zoom. Yeah, I'm oh my god, there's so much happening here. Someone has to address this. I so check DMs. Oh no. Let me see. Wait, which DMs, man? Dun, dun, dun. Okay, like I don't want to ramble. Twitter? Wait. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh wow, you do work fast. Love it. Don't run 2x2. It's gonna be so much fun. Came out doing hundreds for Fortnite does look good. That's why we're gonna be playing it tomorrow. It wasn't part of the plan, but then they released the collab, and I'm like, okay, well then we're gonna do that at 11 tomorrow. But for now, the plan is for the next 2.5 hours, we're gonna be doing Overwatch with a bunch of people. Then we'll do Marvel Rivals. Then we'll do more Overwatch. Tomorrow we'll be doing Fortnite, Overwatch, Rivals, Overwatch, because that's kind of I just wanted to play some multiplayer stuff. We're gonna be starting a bunch of new games next week, though. Let me see here. Also, I'm not saying this like we're wrapping up. We're not done yet, but let me see here. Also, we're gonna pause the music because at some point it's gonna copyright claim me, and I don't want that. I don't want my debut stream thing with this thing to get claimed. But yeah, let me see here. I have to worry if I enjoy my whiskey. Sounds good, Trevor. But yeah, okay. So this is the tier list video or stream. If you want to make your own, I put the link in the chat ages ago, but I should probably find it again if I want to do that. Where is it? Oh, no, that just bookmarked that, which is not what I was trying to do. Whoops. I just want to get the link. And then we'll put that in the Twitch chat. A lot of people are going to be making it shirtless for a while, I think. Of course, the new game arrives. I'm so excited for that game. It's going to be interesting for sure. But yeah, I think with that, this bit's done. We're going to run a 3-minute ad break while I run to the bathroom and get some stuff done. Get some people set up, and then we will start with... Actually, let me launch Overwatch so it's not just like a dead screen. I'm going to end the VoD for this one here. But anyone who's watching this as a VoD, thank you. Hope you've had a good one. Hope you've enjoyed the debut. Everyone else, I hope you're ready for Overwatch.